Hi, this is John, and I'm here deciding whether I should sell my 2012 Subaru Outback. So this car right now has about 157,000 miles. And what I want to talk about is the maintenance that I've gone through since I purchased the car. Let's go ahead and get into that. Okay, so let's start here in the engine bay. This is the good part. I'm sure that everybody wants to know what I've done to this engine, or what has this engine done to me. First thing is I had to change the belt tensioner and the pulley. You can see they're nice and shiny versus this pulley on the alternator, this pulley on the power steering pump, and this pulley on the air conditioner. So those two were changed, and at the same time I changed the serpentine belt. Now the serpentine belt that was on here was the original belt, and this job was done at about 150,000 miles. I was driving home from work. Power steering just kicked out. There was no more power steering, so I was running off the battery. But believe it or not, off the battery alone, I was able to travel about 25 miles. The other thing that broke is the engine cover. So this engine cover, you can see there's two grommets, like there's one here and one there, and the pieces that are underneath the cowl or the engine cover, they just broke off, and I just decided to eliminate it. I'm not going to replace it. So the other maintenance I did is I changed the spark plugs at about 138,000 miles, and they were pretty bad. So now I have brand new spark plugs. Another failure of the car right after I changed the spark plugs was one of the coil packs was all corroded and rusty. So that was giving me a misfire, and the car was hesitating while I was driving. So right after I changed the plugs, I took it back to the mechanic, and he was nice enough to just throw it in for me after he did the plugs, because that was a $350 job. The radiator was replaced. The hoses, I believe, are original, and they're in really good shape. They're hard, they're firm. Start the car, it makes a funny noise. Now, I don't think it's gonna make it now because I already started to drive it here. So let's see, I installed auto start. One of these was 200, the dealer wanted 600. When I bought the car, it only had one key. So I had to buy a new key, and it was only dealer, and this key cost me $180. So I have two keys. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the car. So this is an Avatel. 1, 2. So as you can hear, I mean, the car sounds good. What I think is happening is that the bushings in the starter are going, and you get a screeching noise on a cold start. Once the car is started and it's warmed up, you don't hear that noise anymore. An H6, this is the 3.6R engine, it's not the 2.5 liter engine. Yeah, so the engine sounds good. I'll rev it up a little bit. You guys are probably all wondering, why did the car shut off? Well, it shuts off because of the auto start. So if you get in the car and you rev it up a lot, like I was doing, or put your foot on the brake, the car shut off. I'll just restart it. So it's just 1, 2. There you go. So the car's fine. But you can hear it just by me revving it. The engine's in great shape. And so is the transmission. The other major problem that I had were the 2 rear wheel bearings. And that was a fairly inexpensive repair. I bought the wheel bearings online for like $47 a piece. And they had them for sale for $300, so I got the cheapest ones. And my mechanic, another mechanic friend of mine, put them in for like $150. To the dealer for that repair, and they wanted like $800–900 to do that job. Think about it, 157,000 miles, maintenance free. So I'm deciding, you know, whether I should sell the car, whether I should keep the car, you know, trade it in, get something else, get another Outback. But my heart tells me, like, keep it. You know, keep fixing it, keep driving it, and see what happens, you know, where we go from there. I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Please subscribe, give a thumbs up. You know, if you have any questions, please leave a comment. If you have any suggestions, also please leave a comment, and peace out.